Hi, everybody. Glad you're with us at 4 o'clock. I'm Dustin Grove.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence. You're watching 13 News at 4, and we begin with a rash of violence in a short span of time Monday night.
The police say there were 3 shootings in the city in just over an hour. 1 woman was killed, 3 others hurt. Our Ashton Hackman has been looking into this today. He explains what police believe led to the gunfire.
From a rolling shootout along Arlington Avenue to a woman fatally gunned down in an apartment in front of a child, Metro Police called Monday night's spurt of violence unacceptable.
Gunfire kept officers busy Monday night, the first scene deadly. It happened just before 8 at the residence apartment complex on 56th Street. Police say a 37-year-old man shot and killed 31-year-old Chrislyn Stephen. The man was taken into custody a short time later. Police say a child inside at the time ran to a nearby apartment for help.
These kinds of incidents are so tragic because you have, what was once a romantic, intimate relationship turns into violence. We hate to see any loss of life, but it's just so tragic when you have a relationship like that ends so violent.
Advocates say domestic violence often escalates over time and warning signs aren't always obvious.
Unfortunately, we are seeing a problem and the problem continues to get worse.
They say victims don't have to wait for the violence to become physical.
Domestic violence almost always escalates. So there's always small signs and it gets a little bit worse and a little bit worse.
The shootings didn't end there. 45 minutes later, more bullets, this time outside an apartment near 46th in Arlington. 2 people were injured, several cars were hit, and shell casings left behind.
Appeared to be a large shootout in the parking lot of the apartment complex there at 4445.
IMPD says a 4th person was also shot on the south side near Emerson and Thompson. Detectives are asking anyone with information about any of the 3 shootings to contact police.
The man charged with murder is being held in jail without bond. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office will determine official charges. In Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
And a 21-year-old man is facing a charge of sexual misconduct with a minor. Hernsley Pierre appeared in court today. He's accused of fathering a baby with a 16-year-old. Court documents reveal that Pierre says he is not the father. Court docs say that woman's baby was found abandoned in a wooded area on the far east side. IMPD found the child just before 11:30 the night of July 24th near Lace Bark Lane and Long Wharf Drive. Court documents allege the woman says she and Pierre conceived the child when she was 15 years old and he was 20. Pierre says he was not in the state when she delivered the baby. Our Rich Nye was in the courtroom, and we'll have more on today's proceedings coming up at 5. And today, a former IPS teacher pleaded guilty in a neglect case. Julius Jonikin is accused of encouraging students to fight and recording them. Those allegations landed him a charge for neglect of a dependent. Now Jonikin is pleading guilty to that charge. His sentencing is set for September 24th.
And now to the push to curb crime. Tonight is National Night Out. This is a night bringing neighbors and law enforcement together across central Indiana. The communities are going to be hosting block parties, cookouts, family-friendly events, all aimed at building safer neighborhoods. Let's show you the information here. In Southport, the celebration is going to run from 6 to 8 tonight at the Southport Community Center. Families can enjoy free food. There will be games, a bounce house, child fingerprinting, and you can also meet Southport police officers and first responders. Police say the annual event is all about strengthening community relationships while also creating a fun and welcoming environment for everybody. Now to a story in Morgan County we've been following. The judicial campus there has been shut down for a week because of carbon monoxide testing.
County leaders closed the courts building after a bunch of workers got sick. Jenny Runovich went to Martinsville today to see what happened there. What's the latest?
Well, here's the thing. They still don't know a cause, just can't pinpoint what caused this. So that's why the judicial campus is still closed while they are trying to figure out a fix.
How many workers have had issues with carbon monoxide? How many people are you talking about?
Actually, a lot more than I expected. They tell me lots of people reported getting sick last Tuesday, nausea, headaches, extreme tiredness. 61 employees filed for workman's comp. At least a dozen of them had to go to the ER, and they had elevated levels of carbon monoxide, had to be put on oxygen to get better, including the chief deputy clerk. She is feeling better. She and her colleagues are now working out of a makeshift conference room in City Hall while the judicial campus is shut down. Also, the courts are operating on Zoom. The health department is running out of the library. The judicial campus where people got sick is a really new building. You can see it here, just opened last summer. There was a CO2 leak back in June during work on a bad boiler, but the county says testing after that showed everything was safe. No CO2 detectors went off when people got sick last week, and testing since in the building has not shown carbon monoxide either. So they're stumped.
We're going to hire a couple of private consulting contractors that do occupational safety work. And so we're going to have them come in and do advice. Since we haven't gotten it on the detectors, have them look at our mechanical system plans and designs to figure out where to go from there, if there's anything we missed, and just provide us some information, not only on what's going on now, but how we can prevent it in the future.
Yeah, they certainly don't want people to get sick again. So state and local testing was done free of charge. The private consultants he talked about will cost about $200 an hour. Those consultants, by the way, have not started work just yet.
Okay, so what does the timeline look like here?
Well, I did ask, and they said tomorrow the building's still going to be closed again. They're basically taking it day by day, let the experts kind of do their testing, do their research, figure this out so they can for sure give the all clear.
How bizarre, and especially because it's a new building.
Right, right. And everyone's kind of wondering the same thing. It's like, what could have caused this, and why didn't detectors go off if we're getting sick?
Yeah.
Hopefully they get answers.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jenny.
Well, the man appointed to lead Indiana's utility regulator is out of a job. Today we learned Andy Zay was fired for alleged financial violations. Governor Mike Braun appointed Zay as chairman of the IURC in January. He was replaced in June after approving a controversial AES rate hike. The IURC oversees the state's biggest utility companies.
Today, the Indy mayor, along with DPW, announced the town of Speedway is getting help with improving its infrastructure. This is all part of the Neighborhood Infrastructure Partnership Project. It's a 50-50 cost share award program. Today, Mayor Joe Hogsett said the funds will go to improvements along Georgetown Road. It'll be used to adjust sidewalks there, do some curb repairs, street resurfacing, and also integrated signal enhancements that'll increase crosswalk visibility.
Together, these upgrades will help optimize traffic flow. They will provide safer walkways for those who call Speedway home and for the countless visitors.
Since 2018, NDDPW has teamed up with community groups on more than 75 projects.
Alrighty, the Colts wrapped up day 6 of training camp this morning in Westfield, and this before an off day tomorrow.
And you know, from all accounts, this was Daniel Jones's best day of camp so far. Jones was perfect, throwing the football in the final 11-on-11 team period of the day, which featured him throwing the ball downfield several times. Jones telling reporters after practice today he feels good and feels like he's been progressing throughout training camp thus far. Here he is.
I felt good. Felt good through the whole camp so far, and kind of knew, I knew I would. I think you try to push yourself in rehab and what you're doing in preparation for camp, kind of knowing what to expect. So I felt really good, and I'll continue to stay on the recovery part of it and make sure I'm available and out here every day. In practice, in a game situation where you're reacting, stepping up and scrambling is good. Good to get reps doing that and kind of feel that in a more game-like situation.
Colts are off tomorrow, and they have a night practice from 8 until 10 coming up on Thursday. Boy, what a great day to be outside, though.
It was absolutely perfect. Colts looking promising there. Fingers crossed. What you guys going this season?
Oh, I got to dive in. I got to dive into the schedule.
7
I
wins,
haven't
5
even looked
wins?
at the schedule.
Okay.
They're going to win.
Okay.
I think they're going to have a winning season.
Okay. Well, I just randomly guessed.
Okay.
You're like, oh, I got to look at the schedule. Well, I'm going to go with 5 wins. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well,
okay.
Angela
Angela
like
has
that
an issue with that.
very much.
She
We're
just said,
hopeful.
Hey.
Hopeful.
Okay.
There we go.
Hey, we can all agree on the weather today.
Yeah, we can.
It's nice.
Gorgeous.
Boy, enjoy it. This is that time of year where we're getting into fall practices. Not fall-like weather, but let me show you some of the best stuff we have all week long happening right now into early tomorrow morning. Got some sunshine, scattered clouds. It is nice. Please take advantage of it. I want to show you Morris right now and show you the flags not moving much. Seasonably warm temperatures, mid-80s as they should be. But the muggy meter, that's the big story today. It's as low as it's been and will be for a while. Temperatures ranging from 79 in Muncie, 83 here in Indy and Bloomington, and 84 this hour in Bedford. Dew points in the 50s. Take that anytime you can get it this time of year, and that's going to make for some comfortable conditions this evening. This is the map that matters most to you. The drop in dew point compared to yesterday, 5 to almost 10 degrees lower. So that means the air is even more comfortable, and that's going to lead us to a nice evening. It is warm. It's 83. Mentioned there's not much wind, a humidity at 42%. Beautiful night for baseball or anything else you have outdoors. Take advantage of it here. Dollar menu night at the Victory Field, 6:35 on that first pitch. It's going to lead us into a nice start tomorrow morning as more and more districts get back to school. Low 60s to start. Your recess temp around 80 degrees. And then we're going to be peaking at about 85. Our weather right now is quiet. You can see some action to our west, and that weather feature will eventually bring us a chance for some showers and storms. I'll have the timeline coming up in the 7-day.